A genuine connection is trying to move forward, but first people must recognize and overcome outside influences, fears, or pressures that have been standing in the way of honest feelings and authentic choices. Venus is moving into Leo today. It's part of a larger story because Jupiter is about to follow in a couple weeks. Today we're going to take a look at energies of the ingress of Venus into Leo. I also mentioned the Venus opposition to Pluto, the opportunity of a light bulb moment in a relationship, and how the moon conjunct Uranus is activating this ingress. Most of my tarot videos will be on Tarot Talk. The link to the latest video is at the end of this one, as well as in the description. Venus ingress into Leo is the baseline for friendship and a deepening of connections, and it marks the beginning of a larger cycle involving Jupiter as well as Venus retrograde during Scorpio season. We have the King of Pentacles, King of Trees, and the Last Judgment. We like this. This is Pluto. Venus is opposite to Pluto just as she enters Leo. This creates a big tension for those of you who are not interested in astrology, can really draw people into each other and focus on each other, focus on what's important. The Temperance card, Ace of Pentacles. Somebody's giving an offer. We have the Queen of Trees and Six of Hearts. This is Sun in Scorpio. Venus will be retrograde while Scorpio season is happening when the Sun is in Scorpio. So later on this year, from about October to November, this is interesting and it can provide a timeline for you for when things will unfold, a timeline for when things happen. So there's a connection here between two people, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Just to clarify for anybody who's new, when I say relationships, I mean all types of relationships. This is to respect other people's choices. People have different preferences, different combinations, everything from friendship, family to love and intimacy. So we're reading it as relationships. I also don't read the court cards in a gendered way. They're more personality types and they apply to women and men. So this could be two men, this could be two women, with a little nod to the actual association, the king and the queen. So what I'm saying is that this can actually be a man and a woman, but for those people who have same-sex relationships, two women, two men, or whatever kind of combination that you practice, right? But there is a connection between two people, someone who has established security in their life. This is sometimes someone who's older, over 35, and the queen is someone who has lived through life as well, possibly over 35, or someone who already has children. For having children makes someone more mature or grown. But there's a new beginning between them, a new start, and a big decision is being made. So these are all trump cards, these two. This is Sagittarius, and this is associated with Pluto. A big event is happening in somebody's life. An offer is being made, something that is turning out to be a very fulfilling and happy moment. A big decision is being made, but it's slow to implement. That's the Temperance card. Let's take a look at the Brow Tele to see what it's saying a little bit deeper. So we have knowledge. These are very blunt cards. Friendship. They're more of a psychic card than an oracle card and fortune. This is associated with the Wheel of Fortune or Jupiter. Jupiter is following Venus into Leo just in a couple weeks. There's definitely a closing of a relationship. A relationship is becoming closer, and the timeline that we have is October to November this year for its full growth. There's a big decision that was made or is being made about it, and even if it's a romantic relationship, the baseline of this is friendship and connection. Okay, so let's look at some tarot cards a little closer. What are we getting? We have the World. There's a Five of Cups and Nine of Swords. These people might be at a distance, which is keeping them apart. There's definitely I'm missing you kind of dynamic. They're missing each other. They're thinking of each other. They're having very powerful, reminiscences about life. Then we have the King of Swords. There could be someone who's involved Hierophant. That's the Taurus card. That's been coming up a lot. And then we have the Knight of Swords. There's a restricting energy on this situation. We have the Three of Wands, the Ten of Wands. This is much harsher than the previous pull. And the Three of Swords. So there's people that are standing in the way that are causing friction, or maybe have caused in the past. Maybe this has to do with that Aeon card. The opposition to Pluto can be very intense. In other words, major things may come in the way of relationships, and a lot of power is being used in order to control or to steer the situation. So what I said was that the new Aeon or the Last Judgment card may be referring to this, the influence of other people, school commitments, responsibilities, but there's pressure from two people, the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, onto this situation. However, their behavior keeps on leading to a breaking heart. And that's where I think the decision that's being made, because when people experience a broken heart over and over again, then they start to learn that maybe the direction that they are taking is not necessarily the one that they want. So somebody else's imposition is creating a burden on that relationship. And the decision is being made, the Last Judgment again, this card, about this whole situation. Let's pick a romance angel card. So let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. And I think that this is social conditioning, which means that the people around this situation are influencing decisions that are being made. But I think that what these people are meant to do is to seek support from others. Friendship, again, friendship comes up. So these may be friends, but they may have prejudices or biases of their own that are influencing a situation. And they're taking a difficult moment, such as separation, physical separation, to assert themselves, assert their morality, assert their belief structure. And that keeps leading to a breaking heart. And so it may have happened more than once now, but with Pluto opposite Venus as she enters Leo, the light bulb moment may be clicking on, where the people are realizing that this advice is not working for me. I don't think the advice is malicious. If anything, it's ideological, such as a religious belief or peer pressure around a religious system. Let's pick some cards for more clarity. And so this is prompting for different friends with a more open mindset to influence the situation. It's an ideological battle that people are listening to. Okay, let's see. We have Rejoice in Celebration. This is the Three of Cups. This is the Psychic Tarot. We have the Fool, Uranus card. Uranus is in the first degrees of Gemini, and as Venus enters Leo, she's in a sextile aspect, which is 60 degrees. That's very benefic to the moon and to Uranus. So Uranus is being activated as Venus forms the opposition to Pluto, enters Leo, creating that sextile. If that's too much astrology, it just means that the moon in Gemini and Uranus are activating Venus to have more open-mindedness, a new opportunity for a new beginning. This creates flexibility in situations like this. So we have the patience and planning, Seven of Pentacles. Long-term decisions will be made. Let's see what else. We have the Sun. These are beautiful. I thought I saw the Sun already here. This is a blessed situation that's overcoming some obstacles. Power, Leo. So Venus is in Leo. And this year, Venus in Leo is special because she's going to be followed by Jupiter right into the sign. Jupiter and Venus are not joining together in Leo. There's no planetary cycle this time. So this is as close as they're going to get in Leo. And then we have the Ace of Cups, new love beginning. So this is a turnaround. And then we have the Tower. Let's see what the Tower. I won't leave you guys hanging on the tougher cards. Three of Swords. Oh, somebody's going to experience a broken heart. And the Throat. Somebody needs to speak up about how their heart's been affected in the past. So with tension aspects like the opposition of Pluto to Venus. So Venus enters Leo, Pluto is in Aquarius, and Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs, so they form a natural opposition. These types of tensions emerge, and this isn't a broken heart moving forward. This means someone needs to speak up about their heart being broken, and they're being prompted to speak up about their feelings in a situation and articulating how they feel. Okay, let's pick some cards. I noticed in yesterday's reading that I offered to do Lenormand, and when I actually did it, I forgot to do it. So sorry about that. So let's do 5 Lenormand for clarity. We're clarifying this. Somebody's holding in a broken heart, so they're going to say it. Somebody's sitting on their feelings. Let's see the first card. We have the fish, and then we have the snake. Yeah, so the interjection by people. And then we have the house at the center of it all. Literally means house. And then we have a letter of communication. Oops. And then we have the heart. So there's a love letter that's being sent to the house. So what I'm also seeing is that this is an issue surrounding money, and there could be someone or something targeting someone with financial abuse. That's the snake and the fish. However, there is going to be some kind of letter that is going to absolve the situation, and it expresses love. So what I'm seeing as a pattern in the whole reading is that there is a genuine relationship in the foundation of things. There's interjection. It doesn't seem like it's interjection by a malicious force, but more ideological force, such as a belief system, a religious belief system, some kind of conservative viewpoint that's influencing the situation. But the people are breaking through that influence through the reliance on other friends. And someone has a very broken heart that they need to speak up about in order to bring connection through again. I want to clarify this because I'm unsettled by the combination. Not that I think that it's bad, but because that I want to make sure that we fully understand it. Let's use my tarot, which is the Glitch Tarot. I've never published it. This is just my deck. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So there's definitely worry about money. 7 of Pentacles has shown up again. 8 of Pentacles, somebody wants to have enough money and resources. So this is a personal struggle with the ability to be a contributing force in a relationship, hidden feelings about this. Then there's a lot of stress around that. Somebody is working through confidence and the 4 of Wands, but there's a desire, house, home. I think I saw the 4 of Wands before. It seems to me that there's an association of home. So somebody is home for someone. When they think of that person, it feels comfortable. It feels familiar. So that's the feeling that you need to be looking for. And the Queen of Cups. So emotional fulfillment. There's an understanding and nurturing. So if you are in a situation and the other person is doubting themselves, they don't have enough money, they're not rich enough, I think that this is just showing their struggle, and that's what the Tower represents. And they need to figure that out, come to terms with that themselves. And so the reassuring part is you are the home for them. You are the person who represents the qualities of familiarity and trust. They're desiring to be with you, that this is the direction that they're going. And despite all the obstacles in the reading, the overarching theme is coming together and overcoming self-doubt in order to bring a union together. Now, if this is not a romantic relationship, this is why your friend's acting funny, right? So if this is for any other type of relationship, family, non-romantic, non-sexual, your friend is insecure around you. But there is a genuine friendship there. The advice is change your friends, or maybe at least listen to different people, because whoever you're listening to or they're listening to is impacting how they see the situation. So I think this is a good place to start. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to make the energy real. Here is a question you can answer if you don't know what to say. We have, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned from a failure? Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.